Michigan Out of Doors Online is brought to you in part by...
For over 30 years, Vanguard Outdoors has made the gear that turns a regular hunt into another fine day of field. We know that a good shooting stick or a nice pair of binoculars can make or break your day. Our design teams include serious hunters who work hard to bring you the best sporting optics, shooting sticks, tripods, bags, and more. We are Vanguard Outdoors.
Well, hey everyone, welcome to Michigan Out of Doors. Thank you so much for joining us this week. It's hard to say whether these warmer than average temperatures here in the state of Michigan are going to be the new thing when it comes to winter or whether it's just a passing phase. But either way, to find some safe ice, Jordan Brown went above the bridge up into the Upper Peninsula. Have a really cool ice fishing story from up there. And then we're going to have another story from West Michigan where there should be ice, but there wasn't. So we're going to show you some perch fishing from a boat instead of through the ice. Lots of good stuff on this week's show. And we do have a shortened show because our PBS stations are in pledge right now, but we have a lot of great fishing action on this week's show for you. Make sure you stay tuned. I'm Jimmy Gretzinger, and it's time for Michigan Out of Doors.
From the first spring rains to the soft summer breeze, dancing on the pine forest floor, the autumn colors catch your eyes. Here come the crystal winter skies. It's Michigan out of doors.
What a beautiful day in the woods.
Someday our children all will see this is their finest legacy. The wonder and the love of Michigan as the wind comes whispering through the trees. The sweet smell of nature's in the air. From the Great Lakes to the quiet stream, shining like a sportsman's dream. It's a love of Michigan we all share.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by
Country Smokehouse, a sportsman's destination since 1988. Featuring varieties of homemade sausage, jerky, brats, and gourmet entrees. Holiday gift boxes can be assembled in-store or online. Details at countrysmokehouse.com. By Showspan, producing consumer shows that include the Ultimate Sports Show in Grand Rapids, over 350 exhibitors, outdoor gear, boats, seminars, Lake Ultimate, and Big Buck Night. The Ultimate Sports Show at the DeVos Place in Grand Rapids.
Mid-Michigan Ponds has been building and maintaining ponds and lakes throughout Michigan for nearly 25 years. We combine biology and heavy equipment to make pondscapes that are sustainable and fishable. More information at midmichiganponds.com.
A few weeks back, I was able to jump in the truck and head north to Michigan's Upper Peninsula to join a couple of friends on their quest to find safe ice.
So game plan is we're up here in the UP on Lake Independence. We had to get up here as far north as we could go to find some good ice. We got 10 inches of solid ice. It's a bucket list lake for us. We've been trying to get up here for a few years and just haven't been able to match up the time we come with. So this gave us an opportunity with no ice down, in the LP to get up here and chase some monster pike and big perch.
All right, we're here on the Upper Peninsula today and Lake Independence, Paul, Michigan. We're gonna chase after some pike today. A lot of people don't use this technique, but works very well. You use a Swedish hook on a tip up with usually a dead bait, either dead smelt or dead herring is what most guys use, but I prefer dead smelt because of the oils in the smelt. And right now we're just checking for depth. You want to drop your depth finder down there and find bottom. once you find bottom, there's bottom. I like to feel bottom with my own hands, where you know you're finding bottom. And I usually like to go a foot or 2 foot off bottom. So I'll go a foot, 2 foot, and I know I'm good there. And I usually sometimes put that in my mouth, and that way I know it's already set to that length. Now we got to bring the line back up and put a bait on. And our whole goal here is to try to get a pike to come in and to grab this smelt and catch a nice pike. That's the goal. You want to take that barb, you want to run it through the back, down through the smelt, and then make sure the barb's going to stick out right past the top of his head. But these polar tip-ups I got from my dad, they've always worked. I just stick to what I know. There we go. We got 3 down. We're ready to fish.
Basically, we kind of found like this little bowl that's got about a 22-foot depth at the max, and the drop off in between it is kind of perfectly what we're looking at. The drop off is between about 8 and 18 foot. So we're kind of just on the edge of that bowl, on the drop off, kind of different depths, setting up, trying to find exactly what depth they're at, but we're kind of in different ranges just in case they're, they're cruising through different depths. So we're looking right for that kind of weed edge, right on the outside. You're looking 2 foot, to maybe 4 foot off the bottom. I know some people, in really shallow water will leave their smelt or even a live bait, just a couple feet under the ice in shallow water and stuff like that. But, we tend to be in that more, 8 to 18 foot, somewhere in there. That 12 foot range seems to be the real honey spot. So most of us were sitting in that like 12 to 15 foot range, kind of right out here. A couple deeper, so we shall see. But yesterday we tried, and we had a couple tip ups go off right away when the sun was out, and then the storm came in. So we're kind of set up in the same area, so it seems to work pretty good.
After getting all of our tip-ups set and having one false alarm, we decided to go inside and jig for perch while we waited. It didn't take long, and we had our second flag.
Felt so good. He just came off, bro. Nope, he's there. He's there, he's got it. Oh, dude, this feels good.
All right.
Come on.
Decent fish. Nice job, Ebo. Nice
27,
job.
nice.
Yeah, nice 27,
Yeah,
28 even maybe.
Dude, look at that look at that Swede down his throat, bro.
Holy moly.
He took two runs. Well, we ended up getting a nice little pike to hit the smelt. At first, actually, when he hit it, I didn't even think he was there, is because he actually engulfed it and then stopped and then ran a little bit and then engulfed it again. And then the hook actually came all the way through his mouth. But it was a nice little pike we landed.
It was great to put a nice pike on the ice early, but unfortunately for us, the midday bite would be non-existent. Even with a slow bite, I think we were all enjoying our time on the hard water in a winter where ice has been very hard to come by.
This has definitely been the worst ice fishing year that in my lifetime, without question. And everybody I've talked to, the lack of ice has been something I've never personally seen like this. There of course have been some bad years. Last year wasn't great either, but this year was it was ridiculous. I mean, we only had about 2 weeks of ice back home. We were, able to get a couple, really good fishing in, but that was it. And, when stuff like that happens, you just have to use the moments, and this lake here, Lake Independence up in the Upper Peninsula, it's a 7-hour drive for me. So it's not a small trip, but being able to come up here and do something like this is pretty special. It's been on my list for a long, long time. I've read many, many articles and watched a ton of videos on this lake, and it truly is one of the better lakes up here in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan.
Nice head shakes.
Nice. Oh yeah, nice fish.
Oh. There you go.
Devo.
Nice.
That's a fatty, Bubba.
Nice.
That's a fatty. Nice fish, Devo. Nice save, too, by the way.
Well, we ended up coming out onto Big Bay, Lake Independence today, Upper Peninsula. Ended up popping a couple flags right off the bat, and then ended up being a very, very slow day today. About 7 hours of no flags, and then finally got one flag with nobody home, and then just got another flag and ended up with a 28-incher. So that's very nice to at least get another fish on board today.
It was a long day, but a fun one. Special thanks to Tristan and Chris for inviting me up for a great day on the hard water here in Michigan's Upper Peninsula.
Well, it did look like those guys had a ton of fun up there in the Upper Peninsula, and if you don't want to drive that far, there has been some spots in the Lower Peninsula over the last month or so where there has been some hit and miss good ice fishing, but it has been few and far between. But there is one thing that I think a lot of anglers are realizing is that you really just may not want to put that boat away in the winter anymore.
Last time I drove a boat was in Marathon, and it was warm, and it was a week ago.
So Adam, what in the world are we doing here today?
Well, we're gonna go ice fishing without any ice.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's we've actually been going a little bit, and basically doing exactly the same thing you would do ice fishing, but in a boat.
Okay.
And it's been pretty good. So I guess when you don't have any ice and you really want to go ice fishing, this is what you have to do.
How'd you get sucked into this, Ryan?
Well, I was told by Adam that they were catching some perch out here, so I decided work or fish, and I chose fishing.
I had been calling a lot of anglers over the past few weeks trying to find some safe ice. But when I heard that some of my buddies were catching perch on Pentwater Lake, well, I had to go check it out.
So what I've been doing is starting with a whole minnow on the bottom and then a half a minnow on the top, and then the other one I'll have a wiggler on the bottom and a half a minnow on the top. And they haven't seemed to mind if the minnows are dead, which is kind of nice. So you don't seem to have to change them quite as much.
Okay.
These are just a little perch pounder rig, normal rig. I got a green one on one and a red one on the other, so hopefully we'll find a combo that works.
You got a little bit of plastic on there too?
Oh yeah, there's like a little tinsel on there.
Okay.
On these.
Minnows, wigglers, and waxworms were our baits today, with 2 hooks per line. The first hour or so, well, we were skunked, but finally we had a bend in one of our lines.
This could be it.
Oh, I'll get another bite. No, I'm not.
Looks like a monster. Hey!
So, people are starting to have a little mutiny on the boat here. I told them there was perch here.
That is a dandy.
Look at the goby that thing just spit up.
Jeez, so Pete's.
Wow.
Biggest perch in Pentwater Lake.
We might be using the wrong size bait.
Jeez. Well, nice job, young fella.
I got half a sandwich.
We did move a couple of times to find some deeper water, and we were finding some fish.
It's not as big as Adam's, I'll tell you that right now.
If you are. Ooh. Nice job, young man.
Man said 15 minutes.
How's your electronics working doing this way, Adam?
They're doing good. It's you know, the ice fishing transducers don't like to move around very much. They're not really set up for that, but you know, you'll see anything that looks like a line, constant line like this here. This is a fish up top.
Okay.
These are fish. And then as you bring your baits down, it's all going to show up as a line. That's a decent fish there.
Oh, that's a keeper.
Yeah. That'll do.
Good. What? We got a double?
Oh yeah. Big one.
Well, I wasn't going to take you guys to my good spot.
Right along. Well, thanks for bringing us.
Hoping we could get
That's why it didn't look like I was really getting to it.
Moved out a little deeper. Usually kind of looking at flats, little flats on the edge of drop-offs, and now we're kind of on the bottom of the bottom of the drop here.
Not much boat traffic today.
Yeah, I'd say pretty easy to maneuver. You don't really got to look out for anybody. That's what happens when you get a
Big kids, John.
big surprise. That might be the same fish.
That's a good one.
Ooh, that's a nice one.
That is. Yellow.
1030 right on the top.
Nice fish.
Yeah.
Catch him. Ooh, look at the fins on that one.
Yeah.
And they're all the same size.
Just a little shy.
Yep.
Oh, but yeah. Not bad.
Keeper?
Yep.
Oh
yeah.
Nice.
Good fish.
On the wiggler.
So they're kind of hitting everything, aren't they? They're
Kind
like
of all
minnows
over the
and
place.
the wigglers.
Yeah, you kind of got to just keep a mixture of baits. I generally run the wiggler on the bottom, since I feel like a wiggler is going to be on the bottom. So I don't know if there's any correlation that my bottom hook catches the. I got another bite here. Maybe. Then we have some waxworms as well. We've caught a few on that, but that crappie came on the waxworm. Which normally you catch crappies on, minnows. So I don't know. Sometimes I think we try to outthink these, pea-sized brain fish.
Well, that is true. We are usually trying to figure out the fish and outsmart ourselves half the time. Today, each bait was working. The minnows probably caught the most, but the wigglers were a close second. It was good to be on the water, even on a snowy, wet day.
It's weird that both those crappies come on wax ones.
Ooh. On the wiggler.
Pretty fish.
They are beautiful fish. And they taste as good as they look.
All right, Adam, give me a wrap up for the day here. How'd we do?
Well, we had a good day. We did a lot more sorting than we've been doing down here, but beautiful white belly perch. And when you can't go ice fishing and you want to go ice fishing, you got to bring a boat.
Kind of a weird year.
That's definitely a weird year. That's for sure.
One thing about Michigan anglers, whether soft water or hard, they will find a way, right here in Michigan's Out of Doors. Well, hey everybody, thank you so much for watching Michigan Out of Doors this week. If you missed part of this week's show or last week's show, or if you want to see something again, you can always check us out online. You can do that through our website, our different social media platforms, as well as YouTube. You could be checking us out there. Make sure you are joining us over the next few weeks. We just had Big Buck Night East down in Novi at the Outdoorama show. That was a lot of fun. Next week is Big Buck Night West there at the Ultimate Sports Show in Grand Rapids. That should be a lot of fun as well. Big stories, big bucks. That'll be coming. We do have a big extensive story coming on our wolf population out of the Upper Peninsula. So lots of good stuff coming over the next several weeks. And as always, if we don't see you in the woods or on the water, hopefully we'll see you right back here next week. on your PBS station.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by
Do you dream of somewhere bigger than your backyard? You can get there with Greenstone. Whether you want to hunt, fish, hike, or just watch the sunset, we're ready to help you own your place in the great outdoors. To learn more, visit greenstonefcs.com.
By Alta Equipment Company, providing sales, rentals, service, and parts because uptime matters. From earth moving to landscaping and light construction, Alta offers over 50 brands across 7 Michigan locations to serve you. More information online or 844-GO-2-ALTA. By SCI. SCI helps protect, promote, and preserve wildlife through conservation practices, which include hunting. SCI supports and funds conservation programs in the state of Michigan. Learn more how you can get involved at a chapter near you.
When I wander far away, a dream stays with me night and day. It's the road that leads to my home state. I am a Michigan man. Changing seasons paint the scene like rainbow trout in a hidden stream. The white-tailed deer in the tall pine trees. I am a Michigan man. I am a Michigan man. Ask where I'm from and I'll show you my hands. Lord above, I love this land. I am a Michigan man. From the Keweenaw down to St. Joe, Kalamazoo, East to Monroe, to St. Marie and back again. I am a Michigan man. I am a Michigan man. Ask where I'm from and I'll show you my hands. Lord above, I love this land. I am a Michigan man. Ah, Michigame, win when a stone. I say I'm say when in wegam when manani abna minga nishnabik anishnabik. If I should die across the sea on a peninsula, you can bury me on